Hi there, Kar Yong here, and this video is specifically recorded for the upcoming Virtual Summit event in 8 and 9 of January. Okay, and this video over here, what I want to really illustrate is how you can actually never be wrong, and I would say always be right in your technical analysis, right? It's not some magic crystal ball, but I just want to show you through, practical examples where today is 31st of December 2021 as I'm recording this, and I just want to show you, right, in a week's time how we can actually forecast way ahead of the market and predict in a way accurately and with a certain predictability and probability what will likely happen by 8 and 9 of January 2022, okay, to just show you before and after. And hopefully, you better much appreciate like this technique here that I'm about to share with you during the virtual summit itself. Okay, so without further ado, I'm gonna show you my screen, share with you and walk you through, right, very quickly what are some of my prediction and forecasts. And by 8 and 9 of January, right, during the actual sharing itself, we will then do a before and after. Okay, and I thought doing a video like that, okay, will probably give you some better kind of, I would say, evidence that this technique actually is very, very useful if you're looking at technical analysis. Alright, so without further ado, I'll share with you my screen. Now over here, first up, okay, of course, we can actually apply this in any instrument as long as it has a chart with it, right? So you can apply it in the currency market, the commodities market, the indices, or even, let's say, cryptocurrencies or stocks, okay? But of course, we won't go through everything, okay? The whole purpose of this little recording is to really share with you, give you a glimpse into how this is being done, okay, and how you can always be right, okay? Now, first off, of course, I would never know what the market is gonna do, okay? As of now, it's 31st of December 2021. We will know exactly, next week from Monday to Friday how the market is gonna move, okay? But with this technique, this little ability, if you acquire it, you'll be able to do exactly what I'm doing right now, and in a way, protect and prepare yourself 2 to 3 steps way ahead of the market. Okay, so first up, I'll just talk about maybe this example here on Pound Canadian as a currency pair first. Okay, now this is the current chart as of today based on this recording over here. Okay, and just based on this piece of information on a forward time frame, I would suggest, not suggest, but I would say there's a very high probability by next week, okay, when we're gonna be sharing with you live during the virtual summit, Pound Canadian has a good chance that it will probably come back down towards maybe somewhere around this zone, okay, around 1.7080, okay, and the projection over here is that Pound Canadian would have experienced a little bit on the downside for next week, okay. So again, we'll cover a little bit into the details as to why, okay, I would project that with high probability. Of course, it's not going to be 100%, but there's a very high probability this is going to happen, okay? So this is, I would say, maybe a good 60 to 70% chance that this would happen, okay? So coming down towards that, right? So usually what I'll do is I'll put this in terms of like scenario 1, okay? And this is like the primary prediction, the primary forecast that I'm going to have, okay? The market on Pound Canadian is probably going to come down towards somewhere close to 1.7080, okay? Now, what I'll do for here is I'll just save this as a screenshot, so that we can reference that back to it on the 7 and 8 of 8 and 9 of January. Now, the second scenario here that we probably can forecast is that the market is, if it's not going to happen like what we have projected just now, then likely the market is just going to do a consolidation, a sideways move by next week, and nothing much, right? You're going to go sideways. Okay, and this here, I would then put it as scenario 2. Okay, maybe this has a good chance of like 20% or 30% of happening. Okay, so this is then my secondary prediction, my secondary forecast on Pound Canadian by end of next week. Okay, now if this is not going to happen, then I would say the next likelihood, which is very slim in terms of the possibility, is where the market just continue to go higher, but in a very slow fashion. Okay, and in that case, you know, there's a little bit of projection. You can go towards maybe 1.7340, etc. Okay, so it's still gonna go up, perhaps in a very slow manner, in a very slow fashion, but it's not gonna go way far up, right? Just a little bit more. Okay, now the probability of this developing maybe is not very high. Okay, but I would then call this scenario 3. Okay, so if 1 does not happen, then you know, likelihood of 2 happening is pretty high, and if 1 and 2 scenarios are not going to happen, then likely you're going to see scenario 3 happen. Okay, now either one of this, okay, whether is it going to be scenario 1, or is it going to be scenario 2, or is it going to be scenario 3, okay, I would say 99% of the time, okay, either of this is going to happen. Okay, and that's basically how we are doing the prep work, the forecast, and how we're able to predict the market 2 to 3 steps ahead before it even happens. Okay, and I just want to very quickly record this video here, you know, like 1 week before it, to just show you how far, you know, you can prepare yourself. Okay, and this is what I do on a week-to-week basis, right? Every weekend, we do a little bit of prep work to prepare, you know, the week ahead. What are some opportunities? Okay, so let's see, okay, by the 8th and 9th of January, how Pound Canadian has developed. Okay, and I'll share a view more definitely within the virtual summit itself. Okay, so let's see how it goes, and I'll see you then.